I find that almost everyone can tell a story or can speak about something if they're passionate about it. We all spend a lot of time in our career, and I'm sure that you've got some sort of thoughts or expertise or skills or tips or tricks that you've picked up in your job that if someone were to ask you, well, what do you think about, the best way for someone in your role to be productive? What's something that you feel your manager could do better to support you? Just what are your favorite tools that you use throughout the day? Some of your favorite apps or products or whatever. You could answer that if we were talking about it. I think writing down, just not worrying about, oh, is this completely grammatically correct? Is this the most perfectly composed piece of writing that's ever been written or will ever be shared on LinkedIn? And putting that together and just worrying about conveying the information. I think that takes down a lot of the pressure off of people. If you look at LinkedIn, a lot of people aren't like these superb writers, and nobody really cares. I've seen posts shared that have thousands of likes, and sometimes I'm reading them and I'm like, I'm not quite sure I understand everything that this person is saying, but I get in general where they're going with this. And it still resonates. It still has an impact because it's the intent behind what they're writing, I think. I also think that social media has helped a lot because you can't be perfect when you're writing a ton of tweets a day, and there are errors in all sorts of. I saw a tweet from Twitter. I was looking at their investor report or whatever the other day. They had an error in one of their tweets and they had to come back and do a correction a couple tweets later. So I think the focus is less on perfection and more about what you're communicating. So I would just focus on what are you trying to say and get that out. And as you post more over time, as you read more posts from other people, you'll slowly develop like more skill at writing and finesse the way that you're sharing things. So I would just worry about more so what story are you telling, and is it a good story? Is the information that you're sharing something that's actually valuable? And don't worry about the grammar, don't worry about the spelling. If somebody wants to, make fun of you for not using they, their correctly, then they're probably not someone who you really want to worry about in your network anyway.